Western Oregon. This is NBC 16 News at 5.
An infamous strip of road in Corvallis now getting safety improvements. Thanks for joining us for NBC 16 at 5. I'm Alan Matthews.
And I'm Jacqueline Mazer. 3rd Street, also known as Highway 99 in Corvallis, is an area that has seen 3 fatal accidents in recent years. 2 pedestrians were killed, and so was a bicyclist. The latest just 2 weeks ago, after an 11-year-old was struck and killed in a crosswalk. Corvallis City Manager Mark Shepard says the city has been working with ODOT since the first fatal crash to improve safety measures. Now, crews are installing flashing beacons at Chapman Place Crossing, the first of 3 additional locations. There's also green and white striping near the co-op crossing for better visibility. Crews cut vegetation for increased visibility as well, added speed radar signs, and are working to brighten street lamps near Chapman Place. Residents say they're glad to see the safety improvements, but worry drivers are still going to speed through the area.
With a highway as open and as wide as this, you can see how easy it is to go faster than the posted speed. We have an elementary school on this street. So I say, let's change the built environment.
Shepard is open to ideas when it comes to increasing safety measures. ODOT is also starting a study to look into improving safety for pedestrians and bicyclists in the area. They're planning to ask the community for their feedback as well.
Traffic patrols are set to get a boost very soon in Harrisburg. The Linn County community is getting help from the Coburg Police Department. The city councilors from Harrisburg and Coburg have signed a joint pilot program agreement for 2020. Starting on February 1st, Coburg police officers will hit the streets in Harrisburg for 25 hours each month. Officials say their mission is to allow more regular enforcement of traffic rules, safety regulations, and get more motorists to slow down.
The City Council over the years has had quite a few complaints from citizens about speeders, about people not following traffic signs, particularly around the high school.
John Hitt explains while the Linn County Sheriff's Office has done a great job, it doesn't have enough deputies to focus on traffic-related issues. Harrisburg officials have set a budget of $15,000 for this pilot program.
3 American firefighters battling wildfires in Australia died in an aerial water tanker crash. Coulson Aviation, the owner of the plane, made the announcement from the company's Portland office. The 3 victims were flying in a remote part of southeastern Australia when the plane lost contact.
It's impacted heavily with the ground, and initial reports are that there was a large fireball associated with the impact of the plane as it hit the ground.
The plane, a Lockheed C-130, was owned by a Canadian-based company. They have grounded their large air tankers as the investigation continues. The names of the victims have not yet been released.
Well, we now turn to our first look at weather. NBC 16 meteorologist Josh Cozart standing by in the Weather Center. The calendar may say winter, but those temperatures, they're saying something else.
Yeah, definitely much more like a March or April type of scenario that we saw today, all in part to a warm front that moved through our area yesterday. And that's where our temperatures managed to pop up into the low 60s for those of us in the valleys, upper 50s out towards the coast. But here's how it compares to where we should be for this time of year, at least in the Eugene-Springfield area. Today, of course, temperature raising up to 60 degrees. Normally should be in towards the upper 40s, and that's where we see about a 12-degree temperature difference. Now our temperatures sliding back into the mid-50s with overcast skies and clear conditions as far as the rainfall amount goes. But our radar and satellite starting to paint a different picture as those rain chances start to approach the shore area as our next cold front moves through, and that will drop our temperatures ever so slightly tomorrow. So I'll have the latest breakdown of exactly how long we stick around with this heavy rainfall and when we should see some more seasonable-like temperatures in my full forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Well, new information coming in tonight. A flu outbreak is declared at Irving Elementary School in Eugene. That's according to Lane County Public Health spokesperson Jason Davis. On Tuesday, 40 students were out sick. Today, though, that number dropped to just 30. Not all of them reported to the school having flu-like symptoms. A Lane County Public Health nurse is now helping the school with any resources needed. Davis says the best way to avoid getting sick is by getting the flu shot and staying home if symptoms arise.
After months of being without a contract, nurses in Corvallis have reached a tentative contract agreement with Good Samaritan Regional Medical Center. Last September, nurses were protesting in front of the hospital, urging Good Samaritan to fix staffing and safety concerns. We talked with a nurse who says she's glad that's behind them.
We've been working the whole time, but being like less stress for me and my team and the nurses. We've been wondering what's going to happen. When is this going to end? What are they going to give us? Or what are they not going to give us? So yeah, That's been a big concern for us.
The tentative contract agreement will hire more nurses if needed, promote advanced training, ensure equal pay for equal work, and accountability for health insurance. Nurses will have a vote on the new agreement in February.
The statewide graduation rate for the class of 2018 to 2019 is at an all-time high, clocking in at 80%.
And that growth reflected at local school districts. NBC 16's Christelle Kunwe now joins us in the studio with some more stats. Christelle.
Alan, the Oregon Department of Education released the data earlier today. Of the 4 area school districts, Bethel saw the most growth, with about 75% of students graduating, up 10% from what we saw last school year. The Eugene School District had the second highest growth, with a 2019 graduation rate of close to 78%, up 3% from the previous school year. I had a chance to speak with both school districts about their achievements. Dan Hedberg, principal at Willamette High School, can barely contain his joy.
We are super excited to see the growth that has happened for our students.
Not only did the Bethel School District see an increase in graduation rates last year, Willamette High's 9% increase put them ahead of the state average, with over 82% of students graduating in 4 years.
We got really deliberate about reviewing our data and our student success data and see, what is that data telling us? Who are the students at any given time that are demonstrating academic or attendance struggles, and what does that mean?
He says that meant re-evaluating some of their systems and practices to see how they could best reach the needs of all students. That includes putting a focus on students who have been traditionally marginalized within the education system.
This current spike in graduation rates is a culmination of many years of efforts focusing on that whole student in addition to their academic realm.
Over in Eugene, 4J High School graduation rates for 2019 are the highest they've been in the past decade. Superintendent Gustavo Balderas attributes it to efforts to help close the achievement gap.
It's really focusing on every kid and supporting every kid. So our trend lines will continue to go up. You know, we're not where we want to be, but we're making an effort, a solid effort, to really close those gaps.
Focusing on every student is a common theme between both school districts.
Every student, given the skills and the time and the attention, has the opportunity to be fabulous.
Creating a positive effect not just for students, but for the school district. Data from the Oregon Department of Education show that graduation rates for the Springfield and South Lane school districts remain steady. You can find the full report on our website at NBC16.com. Alan?
All right, thanks a lot, Christelle. Well, one program that has helped graduation rates in the 4J school district is the AVID program, which encourages students to aim for college or become career ready. AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Development, is a model and elective adopted by all high schools and middle schools in the district. The program, which has been used for over 10 years, is typically to help first-generation students get to college, but anyone can apply. Students in AVID have the opportunity for college tours and gain exposure to career readiness. One teacher at South Eugene High School tells us students are an AVID graduate at a 100% rate.
We work on teaching things like tenacity and perseverance and grit so that students will have those tools to be competitive and successful as they develop confidence in their own abilities while they're here in high school.
A part of the curriculum includes AVID tutors, which help students walk through tutorials on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There are a variety of positions available, from work study to volunteer opportunities and even paid positions. For more details on how to apply, you can check out 4J's official webpage.
A new committee will have their first discussion this month about regulations on Airbnb rentals in Eugene. Currently, the city has no specific ordinance relating or tracking Airbnb rentals. The committee was created after work session last December. Community members expressed concerns, some for more regulations and some for less. Now, several community members, from renters to Airbnb owners to housing advocates, will serve on the committee to look into the matter.
Our concerns from some folks in the housing advocacy community that short-term rentals may be taking some of the rental stock of housing, but we don't have enough data to really know if that is true or founded, because we currently don't have a registry or a license for short-term rentals.
The committee's first meeting is later this month. They are planning to issue a community survey and schedule an open house in an effort to get feedback before presenting suggestions to council and city staff.